Patriot Connection. I'm Micaiah Struthers.
And I'm McKenna Dye. November 3rd, 2022 is a day that Madison Elementary's principal will never forget. Patriot Connection reporter Elena Taylor has the story.
Ohio County Schools is home to a 2022 Milk and Educator.
Under the guise of hosting the state superintendent for an assembly about our Beyond Education program, Mrs. Trio made sure her school was shining. However, Mrs. Stephanie Bishop, who is vice president of the Milk and Educator Awards, and members of the Ohio County School Office had something else in mind.
Your principal, Andrea Trio.
I'm just ecstatic. I'm shocked. I am very taken back. I'm emotional, and I'm honored. I truly am honored because I'm humbled that others would see the goodness within me that I strive to do each and every day to serve children, and then to not only find me, right, but to nominate and to believe that I'm so deserving of this award. I'm very thankful.
County and state representatives had nothing but praise for our state's newest Milken winner.
She's going to have the opportunity to network into another level of education. Couldn't be more proud of her. She's just absolutely amazing. She has a heart of gold and she's smart, and we are so lucky to have her on our team.
This is a great day for Ohio County Schools to have Mrs. Trio just be honored here as one of Milken Awards. It's just unbelievable. She does a fantastic job here at Madison School, and I'm sure she'll lead us on in the future and do a lot of work, good works in the state of West Virginia.
But it's more than just a financial award. It is a lifetime award. She'll make connections with professional people, not only in West Virginia, but across the nation, with colleagues that they'll share ideas and grow professionally. It's inspirational. It's a beginning to her career. She had one. Now she has a new beginning.
Madison School is a special place. It's the cornerstone, one of the cornerstones of Wheeling. They're definitely the cornerstone for this community. The students that come here all have great needs. A lot of kids have great needs. And this school, under the leadership of Ms. Trio, provide for all those children and help them meet their needs, not only academically, but affectively also, teaching them social skills, teaching them how to get along with each other, teaching them to cope with life. It's a wonderful situation. And if you got to know Miss Trio, she is one of the most loving and caring individuals. She's a perfect fit for Madison School. I was so overjoyed when I heard that she was winning this prestigious award.
Students and staff at Madison say Mrs. Trio is a great representative of their school.
She comes here each and every day to help us grow our minds, and she's got rewarded for it.
She makes me feel like I'm in the Madison family, and she treats everyone equally.
She's very nice to me and makes me feel like I'm at my house and I'm at home.
Mrs. Trio goes above and beyond for our students. She's not just an administrator, she puts the students' needs first. You will never find anyone more dedicated to children in this valley than Mrs. Trio. She is a phenomenal person, a phenomenal leader, and such an inspiration for the kids at Madison. She's the best.
Madison Elementary is certainly fortunate to have such a wonderful principal and staff. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Elena Taylor.
Congratulations to Mrs. Trio and all of the staff and students who are proud to call Madison Elementary home.
Every holiday season, Wheeling Park High School's music department gifts our community the Festival of Sound. Patriot Connection reporter Isabella Border previews this year's show.
The Festival of Sound is a collaborative concert between the band, strings, and choir. Wheeling Park's Festival of Sound will begin on Friday, December 16th, and continue through the 17th and 18th. This year's performance will feature the Patriot Choir's Young Patriots, Voices of Freedom, Concert Choir, and men's ensemble groups. It will also include the concert band, jazz band, percussion ensemble, and steel band. There are 2 strings groups as well, the Red and Blue Orchestras. The music department teachers say this year's performance will look a little different than in years past.
This year's Festival of Sound is going to open up with a combined band, orchestra, and choir piece called The Little Drummer Boy. Drummers are going to start processing from the back of the auditorium to the front of the stage. And then the orchestra and choir will join them. So that's going to be kind of exciting.
I'm excited this year for, we're adding some new elements to the show this year. We're adding these colonial rope drums and fife. They're kind of like the old traditional, like patriotic fife and drumming that we're going to be adding the show at the very beginning of the show, which should be fun. Park's never seen them. We just purchased the drums and the fifes this year.
Having Mr. Birch here, being a percussionist, we have a lot of really cool percussion ideas that we're going to add, starting with Little Drummer Boy, which opens the program, and then a piece right before intermission called Children Go Where I Send Thee, which is in the African tradition. It's got a rap in the middle of it, and we'll have some African dancing.
Wheeling Park Music Department students are equally as excited for their biggest event of the year. They rehearse for countless hours beginning in October and love to see everything come to fruition.
I'm really excited for the opener. It's always super fun and exciting. And then we're also doing some new things like with the band this year, and strings is really good. And you really should just come out and support all your classmates and your friends and just come see it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, this year, especially with the new band director and everything that we got going on, the music department is completely revamped, really, and we have a lot of new members, especially in the band. And with the addition of the colonial marching and things that we're doing and the collaboration with the orchestra, I think it's going to be really cool and unique for the first time in probably like a decade.
I'm really excited for this year's Festival of Sound. We've been working on these pieces since the end of October, and we'll continue to work on these pieces all the way up until December 16th.
There will also be a special surprise toward the end of each performance.
We always have surprise guests, and of course everybody's expecting Santa. Santa will be there this year, but we do have a new surprise guest. But you have to come to the show to find out who it is.
Friday and Saturday show will be held at 7 p.m. and Sunday show will be held at 2 p.m. at Wheeling Park JV Chambers Performing Arts Center. Make sure to come and check out all the hard work that goes into this performance. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Isabella Border.
Tickets will be $12 for adults and $7 for students. You may purchase them online using the website on the screen. All Ohio County School students will need to show their ID at the gate to get in. If you need handicapped seating, see Mrs. Jingle or the main office.
It is an initiative driven by the West Virginia Department of Education. Patriot Connection reporter Julia Creighton tells you all you need to know about the simulated workplace at Wheeling Park.
A simulated workplace is when a classroom transitions into a business setting that aligns with West Virginia industry requirements. This includes random drug testing, professionalism, attendance, and safety. West Virginia's simulated workplace helps schools implement workplace environmental protocols that align with our state's workforce requirements. In essence, teaching students what it's like to work at a real job. Whether it's filling out applications, interviewing for a job, or following your company's guidelines, our students learn what it's like to have a real job. Mrs. Bugай is an assistant principal at Wheeling Park and is also our CTE director. She believes that we need skilled laborers now more than ever before.
College isn't for everybody because, well, for more than one reason. One reason is just not everybody wants to go to school, and some people when they're done with high school want to be done with school, and I get that. But it also can't be for everyone because we need people to do those other things. We need people to work on cars, to build houses, to be welders. We need people to do those kind of things. If everybody goes to college, then we don't have those people, and we need those people.
Students enrolled in simulated workplace are also required to take part in drug testing. Mrs. Hilberry teaches Pro-Start restaurant management and also oversees the simulated workplace for Wheeling Park's CTE program.
Part of the simulated workplace protocols is random drug testing. So it's something that students are going to experience in the workforce, whether they're currently in it or going to continue on after high school. It's a very real thing that they could encounter. Employers do that, not for every business, but it's a very real thing that can happen. So we just prepare them for that now.
By working in a simulated workplace, students at Wheeling Park High School have gained many benefits. From automotive technology to Project Lead the Way pre-engineering, Wheeling Park offers over a dozen CTE programs which prepare students to dive into the real world.
We do a lot of simulated workplace, so we all have uniforms that we have to wear when we go inside, make sure we have safety glasses, and they basically just teach you how to, get things done and how to do it in a timely manner.
Being in the broadcasting program has taught me time management skills, how to be a leader, and how to work with people, which is needed in the real world and a job atmosphere.
Automotive technology gives me hands-on experience that will help prepare me for the workforce.
Working in Patriot Tech has given me the opportunity when called out to help different other CTE programs with their computer issues. Just give me experiences that can't really be simulated from, talking to people who might not exactly know what's going on and having to explain to them, or, encountering issues that you just wouldn't really see anywhere else than their unique workspaces like down in radio, TV and such. So it's just given me opportunities that I can't get online or through a textbook.
Students at Wheeling Park and all throughout West Virginia can now walk into a workplace as opposed to a traditional classroom, taking ownership and responsibility. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Jalea Creighton.
All students who participate in the simulated workplace also compile a portfolio of their individual learning experiences, goals, and achievements.
When we return from our break, Patriot Connection reporter Lauren Nolte will feature one of Wheeling Park's standout teachers.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Exciting things are happening in Ohio County schools, and it wouldn't have been possible without the support of our amazing community.
We're improving our facilities, updating our technology, and reimagining our classrooms. And it's all being done to provide the best education possible for our students. Thank you for supporting Ohio County schools in our efforts to make our school system the finest.
Ohio County schools,
together we achieve.
This year, we are kicking off a new segment where we highlight tremendous teachers at Wheeling Park High School. We're calling it Teacher Feature. Here's Patriot Connection reporter Lauren Nolte with our first installment.
It's the heartfelt, connected relationships that this man forges with his students to make him stand out among others.
Mr. Ryan Stant has called Wheeling Park High School Social Studies Department home for over a decade, and is even a Wheeling Park graduate from the class of 2002. His warm personality helps to make him a fan favorite among students and teachers.
People around me, it's the students that I have every year. They have new interests and passions, and I really like learning about my students and just adapting to what they want to learn about. So I really think it's my students and just the colleagues that I work with always motivate me.
Mr. Stanton teaches both CP and AP Civics, as well as the ever-popular History of Wheeling class. He is an interactive teacher and aspires to help his students fully understand the curriculum. Mr. Stanton maintains a fun environment in the classroom by incorporating casual examples that are relatable to the students, especially his favorite TV show.
Mr. Stanton's a great teacher. He's very relatable, and I like how he incorporates Gilmore Girls into all the work we do, and he just makes everything better.
He's just a good guy. He does anything that needs to be done for our department.
I'll definitely remember all the things that he's going to teach us about the government, especially as I go into the real world and have to use those things.
I think it's just his teaching ability and how he presents his content.
Mr. Stanton is dedicated to his job. He cares deeply about Wheeling in a way that not many other people do. He knows everything there is to know about it. Whenever I have a question about anything regarding Wheeling, I go to him. In addition to that, he really cares about his CP and AP classes, and that makes him rare.
I'll remember that Mr. Stanton is a Gilmore Girls stan.
Thank you, Mr. Stanton, for not only inviting us into your classroom, but being a tremendous teacher. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Lauren Nolte.
We have so many amazing teachers at Wheeling Park High School. If you would like to see a teacher featured, you can contact the broadcasting department.
Have you heard the chirping around the back hallway near the radio and TV classroom? Well, you're not hearing things. Patriot Connection reporter Ellie Reesbeck tells you why.
Wheeling Park's Career Technical Agribusiness program is home to 9 baby chicks. The chicks, which are located in Mr. Bloomfield's room, are but a small piece of the new and exciting opportunities the program is constructing. Mr. Bloomfield is taking major steps to advance the still relatively new agribusiness program at Park. Agribusiness is an easy way for students and members of our community to learn about what it takes to produce foods on a commercial farming level and how to promote sustainability in farming while also maintaining consumer satisfaction.
With my program, it's agribusiness, so I'm hoping to get it to be evolved into more than just the greenhouse that we offer now. Hopefully eventually to have a couple different projects with some trees, some honeybees, animals, and still maintain the greenhouse as well, but kind of get it to grow a little bit more than what it is right now, just starting out.
New to the school this year, Mr. Bloomfield is a 2007 Wheeling Park graduate and is invested in this program as he is bringing his own experiences in creating the program from having his own farm.
It's super important because, I mean, it's the only profession that you rely on at least 3 times a day to eat, sometimes less, sometimes more. You need it for clothes, you need it for just about everything. So agribusiness is super important to me. In 2050, the world population is going to be 9 billion. 1% of the population in the United States is farmers. So we feed the rest of the 99 or 100% of the population. So it's definitely important.
Not only has Mr. Bloomfield brought baby chickens into the school, he also helps to maintain the greenhouse and is the faculty advisor for our Future Farmers of America Club.
I love Mr. Bloomfield. He's a great guy. I like his energy is great, and he's a farmer, so he knows a lot about FFA and stuff like that. And he's just fun to be around.
We are extremely excited to see what Mr. Bloomfield can do this year and are looking forward to having farm fresh foods for sale, hopefully by the end of this year. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Ellie Riesbeck.
If you have any questions about the agribusiness or FFA programs, you can stop and see Mr. Bloomfield and the Chirping Chicks in room O251.
Every time we recycle, we save the environment a little bit more. Patriot Connection reporter Ace Davis takes a look at the importance of recycling.
Recycling is simply converting waste into reusable material. When we do this, we use less water, energy, and cut fewer trees. Whether we use reusable bags and containers, pay our bills online, or drink out of reusable water bottles instead of plastic ones, we can all make a difference and recycle.
We recycle cardboard at my house.
Like cans and like plastic sometimes.
I recycle paper and if I can, plastic, but there's not a lot of plastic recycling facilities around here.
Like plastic water bottles and like pudding cups and stuff.
While we hear about it all the time, many of us don't realize the impact that recycling can have. By reusing old materials, we can help lower the consumption of natural resources and reduce landfill waste. Wheeling Park is proud to have its own recycling club called the Green Club. Ms. Hempelman is a science teacher at Park and is also the faculty advisor and explains what her club does.
So last year we started collecting various items throughout the school. The students would collect water bottle caps for a separate program, and then we collected water bottles, cardboard, paper, and cans. Our club sorted them out. And we would go to the different rooms, collect them from teachers, or teachers would bring them here, and then the students would sort them, and then we take them up to the Highlands Recycling Center.
Remember, we can all make a difference. Recycling just one aluminum can saves enough energy to power a 100-watt light bulb for 20 hours and a TV for 2 hours. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Jaden Davis.
Here's one more easy way to recycle. Instead of throwing away old clothes, consider donating them to Goodwill or someplace similar.
Before we go to our next break, it's time for Park TV Trivia with Patriot Connection reporter Caden Davis.
Christmas is around the corner, and it's being celebrated around the world. This week's question is, where is Christmas most celebrated? Is it A, the United States, B, Finland, or C, China? We'll have the answer when we come back.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Did you know that car crashes are the leading cause of death among people 40 and under? Properly wearing your seatbelt could reduce your risk
by 50%.
Close to 43,000 drivers and passengers died in car crashes just last year. Over half of those who died were all either unrestrained or wearing their seatbelt the wrong way. Here's the right way to wear your seatbelt. Make sure the lap belt remains low across the hips and below your stomach. The shoulder belt should go over your collarbone and stay away from your neck and cross over your chest. Remember that wearing your seatbelt in West Virginia is the law. It only takes 3 seconds to buckle up and save a life. This message is brought to you by WPHB.
Before the break, we asked you, where's Christmas most celebrated? Is it A, the United States, B, Finland, or C, China? The answer is B, Finland. Lapland, Finland may be the best place to celebrate Christmas. With the snow and cold temperatures, it makes it feel like the holiday season.
Wheeling Park has hundreds of classes to offer. So what's your favorite? Patriot Connection reporter Bryce McEnany recently hit the halls to see what your favorite class is.
My favorite first semester class is Student Aid.
My favorite first semester class is Anatomy 1 Honors.
CP English 12.
Auto Tech with Mr. Big Guy.
I love all my classes, but I'd have to say History of Wheeling is my favorite.
Earth and Space Science with Miss Dayton.
Miss Kissa's first thing morning.
Fifth period with Mr. T talking about some marketing.
Broadcasting.
I would say Student Aid.
And Jim.
Mr. Cooley's class.
AP English 12 with Mr. Brennan.
History of the Holocaust by Mr. Gaelic.
Favorite first semester class, probably my Health 1 classes. I have them first and second period. Just to get a chance to connect with those kids, and a lot of times it's a lot of freshmen and some sophomores in there. So I've always enjoyed those classes, and it's definitely my favorite one.
Make sure to take advantage of all that Wheeling Park has to offer. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Bryce McEnany.
Make sure to take advantage of all the exciting classes here at Wheeling Park.
We are continuing to introduce you to the faculty and staff at Wheeling Park. Patriot Connection reporter Malia Miskowitz takes a look at the English Language Arts Department this week.
The addition of 5 new English electives this year proves that the English department has something to offer everyone. This department has a total of 15 teachers. This is Dr. Romick's 7th year at Wheeling Park and 2nd year as the department chair.
I will tell you about the silver lining in that cloud that is COVID. It really forced us as different sections of each department, so those who teach 9th grade English, those who teach 10th grade English, those who teach 11th grade English, to more seriously delve into what exactly are we teaching and make sure that all of us are on an even par, which actually is really beneficial to us and certainly beneficial to the students. I am incredibly happy to be back teaching face-to-face. As much as I think we got fairly good at teaching via the internet, it's just not the same thing.
Other teachers who call this department home include Mr. Carter, Mrs. Conley, Miss DeSantis, Mrs. Droginski, Mrs. Johnson, Miss Mosca, Mrs. Nelson, Mrs. Schraby, Mrs. Seals, Miss Schreiner, Mrs. Weir, Mrs. White, Mrs. Yost, and Miss Zumbrennan. Remember, all Wheeling Park students are required to have 4.5 English Language Arts credit to graduate. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Malia Miskowitz.
Next week on the Patriot Connection, we'll introduce you to the Career Technical Education Department.
Now let's take a look at what else is going on at Wheeling Park this week.
Are you interested in participating in the Ohio County School Science Fair? Unlike last year, students do not need to participate in a Wheeling Park High School Science Fair to qualify for the County Science Fair. If you are interested, please message or see Mrs. Rodilla or Mrs. Stevens-Lima. See the attachment on Schoology for more details.
The Green Club has free water bottles for any student in need. Please stop by room 304 if you need or want a reusable water bottle.
The American Cancer Society Youth Board is a club that strives to raise awareness and money for cancer. If you would like to join Wheeling Park's ACS Youth Board chapter, then fill out the Google form on Schoology and pay the $20 club fee to either Miss McCormick or Mrs. Robbins. They meet an activity period during week 1.
FBLA is accepting applications for membership. If you are interested in joining the FBLA High School chapter, please fill out the Google Forms on Schoology.
The chapter meets during week 1 activity period. If you have any questions, please stop by and see Mr. Michaels or Mr. Turbanik.
Ohio County Schools will be closed for a winter break from December 23rd until January 2nd. January 3rd is a PL day for Ohio County Schools. Students will not have school on that day. Students will return January 4th.
There's a new soccer club after school. Join the group on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the turf field next to the school from 2:30 until 4. All skill levels are welcome. Check out Schoology for more information.
Are you interested in joining a club at Wheeling Park whose goals are helping the veterans in our community, spreading patriotism, and helping others? Then check out Patriots Helping Patriots. You can find more information on Schoology.
Need help in your classes? Wheeling Park offers tutoring every week during activity period and Patriot Point.
Are you interested in joining the Wheeling Park Quiz Bowl team? Then stop by and see Mrs. Jeffers, or you can send her a Schoology message.
Ogilvy's Good Zoo is looking for volunteers grades 7 through 12. Check out the flyer on Schoology for more information.
Thursday, December 22nd is a professional learning day for Ohio County Schools. Students will not attend school on that day.
Grow Ohio Valley is a local farming nonprofit aiming to support local farmers and the local food movement. They do this by growing our own food, selling and distributing local food at the public market, and educating the community about growing their own food and healthy living. Volunteers can do a wide variety of things at Grow Ohio Valley, such as garden maintenance, building projects, and community outreach. More information can be found at growov.org. Volunteers will be asked to work a 2 to 3 hour shift and will receive a t-shirt and drink voucher as a thank you.
If you're interested in buying a class ring, check out the link that is on Schoology.
Off-season baseball workouts have begun. This is for all baseball players interested in playing baseball this spring and currently not playing another sport. If a player has any questions, please see one of these coaches. Coach Myers in RR225, Coach Stout in RR221, Coach Nardoni in RR221, and Coach Cook in the gym.
The 2022 yearbooks are in and may be picked up in room 346.
Well, that's a wrap for this edition of the Patriot Connection. We're on WLTV 14 3 times a day, 7 days a week, at 6:30 a.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. For all of the Patriot Connection reporters, I'm McKenna Dye.
And I'm Micaiah Struthers. Have a great day.